I'm not fucking dying for Israel. Yeah, I said it, Big Yahoo. I was not promised to you 3,000 years ago just so I could fight your wars and die in the Middle East. So if you've been living under a rock within the past 24 hours or so, I'm pretty sure World War III is right around the corner. If not, if it hasn't started yet, it's practically already here. So right around when we were all asleep last night, or technically speaking early this morning, the United States and Israel launched joint strikes on Iran, specifically in its capital, Tehran, or however the hell you say it, and Iran basically responded by bombing other Middle Eastern nations. You smell that too, folks? I smell the prices of oil skyrocketing soon, if they haven't already. Now, the big question everybody's asking is this World War III? Not really, but, and this is a big but, it has the potential to be. Now, folks, while this all unravels within the coming days and weeks, possibly even months, let's not forget about the elephant in the room, the Epstein files. And also to all the MAGA chuds watching this right now who are trusting the plan and trying to rationalize this as 5D chess, you fell for it again. Please, Donald Trump, I have my hands up in the air right now. If you can hear this, please come and save us. Best I can do is a war in the Middle East. We want mass deportations. Best I could do is a war in the Middle East. We want affordability. Best I could do is a war in the Middle East. We want the Epstein files. Best I could do is a war in the Middle East. And so on and so forth. Now, as a former MAGA chud myself, I am proud to say that I did not vote for this. What do I mean exactly? Well, I was 17 in November of 2024, so I couldn't vote yet, but I supported Trump because I was ignorant at the thought of things changing for the better. If you don't remember, this was around when Biden was really unpopular in his late presidency, and he also wasn't seeking re-election, so Kamala Harris was the Democratic Party's nominee for the election, which is also very ironic considering the Democratic Party unilaterally chose her instead of holding a primary. Yeah, no, the same Democratic Party that preaches no kings, democracy, no one is above the law, etc., all that bullshit. But when you compared and contrasted side by side their plans as president, it was fairly obvious that Trump was the competent one, while Kamala Harris's platform was just an appeal to voters. And also, Trump bad. Shit, mass deportations, no new wars, affordability, releasing the Epstein files? Sign me up. Well, I guess you could also say that Trump's platform was also an appeal to voters, but at least there was some weight behind it. But as of recently, and I mean from January 2025 to now, it's just been one gaslight after another. For example, we're going to release the Epstein files. The Epstein files are on my desk. Epstein files? What are you talking about? Are you still talking about Epstein? The Epstein files are a Democrat hoax. And so on and so forth. And that is why, folks, I learned a hard lesson about trusting snakes. It's about the incompetence of a senile warmonger. A senile warmonger that puts the interests of a foreign country over his home country. And then there's people that unironically think that Trump is a dictator / second coming of Hitler / fascist / enter next leftist buzzword to call your opponent. And it's just like, if Trump is actually doing fascism, then holy shit, I want my fucking vote back. Because this is the worst implementation of fascism ever, if there ever was. And it's not because people are resisting fascism, but it's because Trump just sucks at his fucking job. Now, on the Epstein issue, I personally don't believe that Trump is involved in any criminal way, i.e. sex trafficking, sexually assaulting minors, etc. I'm more inclined to believe that he's covering for people instead. Because if you've taken a look at the people named within the Epstein files, you would find out that they all had some kind of relationship with both Trump and Epstein. So it's more likely going as, hey Trump, am I mentioned in the Epstein files? Aw, shucks, man, but can you delay it just a little bit longer? Can you redact my name? Can you lie and just say it was all a hoax? Maybe I'll reserve a nice place in Tel Aviv for you to retire once you leave office. And to also make myself clear, I don't support Palestine, nor do I support Israel and their ongoing little affair. I personally believe that we should leave the two nations alone and let them fight it out without us getting involved in any way, shape, or form. And the feeling's mutual with what's going on in the Middle East right now. And I keep asking, why are we getting involved in another war? No more wars, am I right? The peacemaker president, am I right? And the thing that rubs me wrong about what's going on right now is how Israel thinks it's the victim in all of this, when they literally just bombed another country and are actively trying to frame it as an act of self-defense. And it's just like, ugh. Make it make sense. This is why no one likes you guys. This is why no one trusts you. This is why no one's supporting your cause. This is why everyone sees you as a pariah state. The same goes for the United States. Because for some fucking reason, we can't seem to stay out of the Middle East. Or South America, for that matter. But hey, what do I know about foreign affairs? I'm just a young man from the States who's wondering if he's gonna be drafted by the summer to fight and die in the Middle East. All for Israel and Daddy Netanyahu. But hey, on the bright side, at least I have a condition that permanently disqualifies me from military service. But who knows, maybe Trump will roll that back and start taking in people such as myself. Now, to be honest with you folks, I unironically did want to try to enlist in the military in the near future, but after seeing recent news and having realized I was diagnosed with a disqualifying condition, I think it's time I rethink my life goals. Anyways, bottom line, I'm not dying for Israel in the Middle East or over oil. And I'll serve crack before I serve this country. Alright folks, that'll be all from me for today. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, smash that like button. Maybe subscribe too. I would very much appreciate it. Anyways, I'm out, and until next time.
Acheinu kol beis Yisrael, Acheinu kol beis Yisrael,